effort to do this while it's still somewhat relevant. ST-04, aka KO, what's that doing there? KO leader, Studio Series 86 leader class Megatron. And here it is. I'm going to start in tank mode because it's kind of the weakest of the two modes. Spoilers, I guess, but you know. And it's a grey tank. Quite boring, to be honest with you, the colour scheme, but it's, you know, it's Megatron. They're not going to make it like bright green and purple, are they? Oh, wait. So it's here, and it looks okay from there. There. Looks okay from there. You know, it looks alright from a few different angles until you sort of look at it like that. Like, yeah. Why can't they do turrets properly? That's what I want to know. Why can't they do turrets properly? The back's a bit messy. There's a big roller in the middle here and little rollers at the back here, and this might not do it as well. But it does actually roll quite well. If you've got everything like folded up properly and out of the way, like all this stuff, it does actually roll. It's just this is a bit curved. But generally speaking, on a flat surface, it does roll. It did come with, where am I? The lightsaber and the small version of himself that you can put on, and some of the ports, and I'm not going to do that, so they're staying in the bag. I don't care. It's not for me, sorry. Let me just prove the point of this whole turret thing by going... They really can't do turrets, can they? They really can't do it. I don't know if you can see there, but there's a very faint X. I've done that with pencil, so I can try and line up where I want to put a Decepticon logo, which I haven't done yet, so... Which I'm guessing you can tell I haven't done. That's straight. Okay. Size comparison, well, the obvious one is the standard 86 blur. This is at least a Voyager. It's supposed to be a leader class, but you know, at least a Voyager. There is Age of the Prime's Megatronus Prime. Both leader class figures, bear in mind. This looks like a leader, this looks like a Voyager. It's not even close. Like, this is way bigger. And possibly the most important comparison, which, you know, there's my knockoff Nemesis Prime. I'm doing Nemesis Prime because that means I don't have to transform my Optimus for the robot mode comparisons, because I'm lazy. So, you know, I guess the question is this the correct size? Well, I have no idea, because you see, this ain't canon. Pun intended. Okay, fair enough. Transform it. Right. First thing we do is we're going to wiggle the arms, sides of the turret, and we get this piece and we're wiggling it off. So what I do is we get this piece, I'm going to bring it on a dreaded double hinge and put it into there. And yes, I have oiled this slightly because this was really tight and I didn't want to break it. When we get this bit, I'm going to pop it loose and fold that peg up. And yes, I've tightened this because it was loose. Tolerances, it's a knockoff. Okay? Right. So we're going to... Where am I? Untab these. And we're going to rotate. So this is straight and this square bit's sticking out instead of in line with that as it is on this side. Now one of them, this one I think, is... No, it must be that. One of these is really tight, but isn't being now because I'm on camera. Sure. We'll leave that as is. We'll come to the side here and we'll fold down this side piece, which should, and this is where it gets a bit finicky because I completely forgot this bit exists. We'll try on the front here. We're going to untab this front piece. There's a tab and a peg. They're going to, well, there and there, which doesn't sound right, but sure. We'll open up this panel here, fold this inside, close it up. Now I'll try and do it on the back here, which one of these really fights me because I don't think it wants to go past one of the hinges. See, some of these, if you can tell in there, look strained already. I don't like that, but this is part of the transformation. It has to go. Don't like it. Don't like that. Fold this inside. Maybe I can file something down. I don't know, but I don't like it. Okay. Come on. Don't like it. Okay. And then we can fold this back on itself. Making sure this bit's out of the way. To about there. And just for argument's sake, there's a little tab there that goes into that slot there. Okay. So to be fair, the entire track goes into that lump, which is quite clever as long as it doesn't explode. So we'll do the same on this. We'll fold this side down. We'll open up this, well, we'll untab it first. Open up this front bit, fold this inside. The front bits are fine. Front bits don't fight me. It's these back bits. See, that one doesn't fight me. It's just the other side. Weird. Close that up. Make sure that this is out of the way. Fold it over and should, if I get it lined up, tab in. Okay. There's a big tab here that goes into, well, the thigh swivel, let's be honest. Right. Okay. So I'm going to get these pieces, I'm going to push them loose, and then wriggle this top bit so that these sections here, this little gap, comes off these notches under here. Because you sort of line it up, and that goes onto there. You need to make sure that's loose. And then bring this up, bring it all the way through, straighten that bit out, extend this out on another double hinge. A lot of double hinges on this thing. Fold this round, and again, using a double hinge apparatus here to make sure it goes around and into the right place. Lots of double hinges. Come on, around, go there. And then bring this down. There's a notch and a notch, or a hole and a hole. Try and get that lined up, locked in. Bring this around, and that's pretty much a leg. So we'll finish this one, we'll bring that up, shove it through. Might as well bring that around now, it makes very little difference. Just need to get around on the hinge so it's into place. Come on. Don't. Well, that was a mistake. Whatever, we'll fix it in a minute. Shh, nobody knows. Get that over the top and into place. Come on. There we go. Right. Now, what I've done wrong is I've accidentally pulled that off there. So let me just shove that on for a minute. Shh, no one knows. It's fine. It's a secret. Shh, no one knows. Right around, put it back where it was. Shh, didn't notice. Okay. So we're going to come underneath here and I'm going to rotate this whole thing over the top so this bit goes into here. Tab, tab, slot, slot. This is messy, I know, but it makes sense when you've got it in hand. Okay, once you've done it a couple of times, you're like, oh, okay. And this is a knockoff, so I was a bit worried about the quality. We're then going to untab these pieces. There are tab on the back of the thigh and a slot inside there. Straighten that out, and that's one of the things I just popped off. Shh, it's a secret. And rotate out side, drop it down, to the side, drop it down. Get that into place. Bring the camera up. Okay, need to pull this panel forward, which will allow you to do the not so dramatic head reveal. Fold that through. Fold this front edge, which has popped off on me before, underneath. Collapse that in. Then fold this panel up so that these tabs go into those slots and stops this from happening. turn the waist around. Now we turn this around, fold it underpants, no, and then drop it into place. We're on the last steps now, boys and girls. And now, using double hinges, we need to bring this square piece into that hole. And this is more... Don't do it first time. Right. See this little lip here? That tiny little lip there? You need to get that inside the body to lock the hinge. There you go. See how that's gone in? And this can be really... See, this is the tight one. This is the one that's really tight. This is what I was going to do. Give me 1 second, boys and girls. I'm just going to put a bit of oil on that. I've already sprayed it into an empty can. I'm just using the residual that was on the pipe, so it's not too much. That's just a bit of WD-40. I'm just going to give it a quick wiggly wiggle, if I can. Just try to get that WD-40 to work its magic, because I'm really worried about that one breaking. So bring it around. That works a lot better. And into place. There we go. Okay, rotate the arms down, and yeah, ratchet. Not sure how I feel about that. I think, is that it? Is just bring the hands out? Kinda. What you do is you turn, and you actually open up this panel, rotate it with the big side on the outside, rotate it round, flip out the hand, and then close it back up. There we go. Oh, it's quite a transformation. It's not bad. Again, once you've done it a couple of times, it's not bad, but it is quite the transformation. And these are the exact same hands as Prime, so you need to be careful with the fingers. These were not tight like Prime. I've actually had to tighten these a little bit because they're a bit floppy. Like the ball joint inside is a bit floppy, but it's fine. He's not going to be holding any weapons because, you know, Megs doesn't need to. He is one. And that is primarily Megatron in his robot mode. And all joking aside, absolutely lovely. Can't complain. Really nice. Put him back together, so we'll put his shoulder one on. Again, I've tightened this hole and this peg because it was a bit loose. Get his cannon and plug it onto his arm. Can you ask for a nicer Megatron? Maybe, but for like £22-23 delivered, I'm not going to complain. What could I complain about? Are the legs a bit long, a bit big? Maybe. But I don't think that's the issue. I think people have missed the issue. I think the issue is these shoulders are too small. I think the legs are proportionate to the body. The body and everything's proportionate to the lower arms because they've got this outside piece. Remember, it's not just this middle bit, they've got the outside piece as well. Whereas I think personally, these shoulders are a bit small. That's my little takeaway for everybody. I think the shoulders are too small. If anything. But he's got all the hinges, he's got everything, he's got the waist, he's got the legs that go forward and backward, out to the sides, nice knee bend, ankle tilt. He's got everything you want him to do. I just think, if anything, the shoulders are a little bit small. He's got the cannon, he can point it at the front, he can threaten you with it, and he is very nice. He's legitimately a really nice figure. I can't say he isn't. He's a really nice figure. Back's a little bit, but there's nothing to complain about. That's what he looks like. So we'll go for size comparisons. Speedy Blur. Yeah, the Voyager thing's kind of going out the window, isn't it? Okay. Voyager Blur. Where'd he go? Megatronus. So, alright, he's definitely grown some height. It just shows that he's really compacted. And he hasn't got all the extra, like, bulk on the back. You know, everything else. He's very compacted for what he is. but he is definitely leader size. Can't complain, he is leader scale. So, quite like that, that's quite cool. And the one everyone's been waiting for, my KO86 Prime. So Megs is a little bit taller. Is he supposed to be taller? I thought they're supposed to be the same height. But don't these two look this is my first time putting them together, legitimately, for this review. I haven't done it before now. Don't they look awesome? These together cost me like 40 quid. Something, 40, 45, something like that. Could you imagine giving this to like childhood version of you for 45 quid? Come on. Thinking 45 quid back then would have been a lot. Yeah, actually, can't complain. Legitimately, he's really good. If you're willing to tighten up a couple of joints, loosen a couple of joints, you know, you're not like just going to force everything like I was doing with that hinge, which I think would be on that side, actually. But he is really nice. Legitimately, really nice. And yeah, I could still give him all this stuff. Not going to, because I'm just not. He doesn't need it. Will put a Decepticon insignia on him at some point. Okay, so I'm going to scalp it because what else am I supposed to do? He's awesome. So, I should be ugly. I should wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one. Toodle-oo.